Hey, it's Paul from howtoplaybassdotcom. In today's lesson, we're going to learn how to play the main parts of China Grove by the Doobie Brothers. This was played by the great, very underrated bass player called Tirian Porter. Some great tunes and lines he's provided to some of those early to mid-70s Doobie Brothers tunes. Before we get started with the first part of the lesson, if you're not a subscriber to my free monthly e-zine, click the link underneath the video, head over to the website, find the link that says free bass lessons, click on that and go and put your name and email address in the form that you'll see. As a thank you for doing that, you'll get a sequence of free song tutorials in video and PDF format that are exclusive to subscribers. Additionally, there's a free monthly tutorial again that's exclusive to subscribers. Usually it's a song tutorial in video and PDF format. All it will cost you is your email address. So go and do that and then come back and we're going to look at the first part of this great tune, which is the intro. So you just heard the intro played with a sketch band in a box track. The patterns that are used in this intro pretty much reoccur in the verse. So once you've got the intro down, you'll be a good way towards learning the verse. So let's go through it. First of all, on the original track we've got a guitar riff that plays 4 times, and the second 4 times you've got some keyboards come in as well, and then the last 4 beats we've got these 4 notes on the bass that bring us into the main riff. Those 4 notes are B, C sharp, E, B. 7th fret of the E string for B, 9th fret for C sharp, 7th fret of the A string for A, 7th fret of the E string again for B. And that brings us into the main 2-bar riff properly, or the first 2 bars of the riff, which are in E, and you've got E, E, B, C sharp, B, E, B, hammer on to C sharp, E, B, E, and obviously we've got octaves and stuff in there. So the first 2 E's, the 7th fret of the A string, then B and C sharp at the 7th and 9th frets of the E string, back to B at the 7th fret of the E string, then the second bar of this pattern, E, 7th fret of the A string, B and C sharp, 9th and 11th frets of the D string, up to the octave E at the 9th fret of the G string, back to the B at the 9th fret of the D string, back to the E, 7th fret of the A string. So and then the next part of the pattern, a lot of moving to jump around to make this 4-bar pattern, but those last 2 bars are D, C sharp, A sharp, B, 2 E, 3 E's actually, and then A sharp, B to end the pattern. So what we've got, D, 5th fret of the A string, C sharp, 4th fret of the A string, A sharp, B, 7th, 8th and 9th frets of the D string, back to E, you've got 3 E's, the 7th fret of the A string, and then down to A sharp, B again, but this time, although the notes are repeated, they're played an octave lower, so the 5th, 6th and 7th frets of the E string. So that 2 bars. So we'll play the 4-bar pattern. Okay, then the second time round, it's pretty similar. So that's identical, those 2 bars. Then we've got... Okay, so on the second time round through the intro, that's identical to the first time round. Then we're playing D, C sharp, open A. So 5th and 4th frets of the A string, then the open A, that's sustained, and then we've got this run, which brings the verse verse in. Pretty straightforward run. You've got E, D sharp, C, B, A, G, F sharp. And fret locations, you've got 9, 8 and 6 for the E, D sharp and C sharp on the G string. Then you've got B, A, G sharp on the D string, which is 9, 7 and 6. Then you've got F sharp at the 9th fret of the A string, and that leaves you there to play the first E of the verse itself, which is the next section of the tutorial. So we're going to listen to that played with the sketch band in a box track, and then we'll talk about the notes. So you just heard the 8 bars of the verse. I'm going to split the verse and the pre-chorus so that it'll make it easier for you to use the verse pattern for the solo, which comes later in the tune. You just heard it played, as I said. Note locations similar to what you learnt for the intro. First 4 bars. First 4 bar pattern is the first 4 bars of the intro. The second 4 bars are very similar, there's just a slight variation on the last 4 bars, and also the first bar's got a slightly different rhythm. Okay, so the difference is in the second 4 bars, instead of playing that first note held before you then repeat the E and go down to B and C sharp, you're going to play 2 E's instead. So same fret, 7th fret of the E string, but you just play 2 of those. The rest of the riff is the same. Then you've got, that's the same on the 3rd bar on the repeat of the verse, and then on the last bar what you're doing is playing 3 E's down to B, C sharp, B, and that leaves you in place for the pre-chorus. We'll look at that as a separate section, so we're going to have a look at that with the play along with the band in a box track, and then we'll go quickly through the notes. Okay, so the notes for that 4 bar pre-chorus section you just heard starts off on C sharp, the 9th fret of the E string. So let's go through that run. So first of all you've got C sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, F sharp, D sharp, B. So you've got, there's the C sharps at the 9th fret of the E string, then you've got B at the 7th fret of the E string, C sharp again at the 9th fret of the E string, D sharp at the 6th fret of the A string, F sharp at the 9th fret of the A string, G sharp at the 6th fret of the D string, F sharp at the 9th fret of the A string, back to D sharp at the 6th fret of the A string, then B at the 7th fret of the E string, then you've got this sustained note which is A at the 5th fret of the E string, and then you've got this run from A to C, which is 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th frets of the E string. Then that C rather is held for a bar, then there's a rest for 3 beats, and then you've got 2 notes which pick up notes for the chorus. Those notes are B and C sharp at the 7th and 9th frets, and that's the 4 bar pre-chorus. Now it's used again after the next chorus, and then this 4 bar chord section is used in the guitar solo to come out of the guitar solo and go back to the chorus. There is a variation there, so we'll pick that up when we look at the guitar solo, but the next section we need to go listen to and then look at the note by note is the chorus. Okay, the chorus is an 8-bar section. Again, if you've learned the parts up to now, you'll be pretty comfortable with this section. Instead of there being 2 bars of E before it goes down to the D chord, though this time we've got 1 bar of E and then it goes to D. So the kind of the 2-bar main pattern is that. So you've got E, E, B, C sharp, E, D, D, C sharp, A sharp, B. So E at the 7th fret of the A string, B and C sharp, 7th and 9th frets of the E string, E again at the 7th fret of the A string, then down to 2 Ds, 5th fret of the A string, C sharp, 4th fret of the A string, and then you've got that run A sharp, B, 7th, 8th and 9th frets of the D string, sorry. That's the first 2 bars. Second 2 bars are very similar. So the main variation in the 3rd bar is instead of playing, you're playing. So it's E, E, B, C sharp, E, C sharp, then down to D. The 5th and 6th bars on the chorus are similar again some slight variation. So the 5th bar you're playing, which is just E, E, B, E, B, E, before you get down to D. And on the 6th bar you've got a kind of a variation of the pattern we've been playing. You're going to play something like this. And then that E will be a sustained E. So you've got 2 Ds, C sharp, 5th and 4th frets of the A string. Grab a B at the 9th fret of the D string, and then that sustained note was E. That's held for, you grab that on the and of beat 4 of the 6th bar, hold it for another 2 beats into bar 7, and then play, which are just stabs on that E at the 7th fret. Again, if you listen closely to the original, you'll really hear that and hear what that's doing. So then you've got after that stab on beat 1 of bar 8, you drop out and then you come back in the next bar, which is the verse figure. Repeat of the verse. You go through the verse, the pre-chorus and the chorus again, and after the second chorus we're going to go to a bridge, which is I think it's about 20 bar section. That's the next section of the tune we're going to look at, so let's go and look at the bridge. Okay, you just heard the bridge section, which is the longest single section of the tune. It's a 20 bar section. It's not as complex as it looks and sounds. We'll go through it slowly. So the first 4 bars you're playing this. So what we've got is we've got C sharp to B, which is the 2nd and 4th frets of the A string. So C sharp, B, C sharp, B, C sharp, B, C sharp. Then we're going up to E, the 2nd fret of the D string, to F sharp at the 4th fret. So that's E, F sharp, E, F sharp, F sharp, then back down to B and 2 C sharps, and you've got a C sharp, and then you've got that run at the end, which is G sharp twice, 1st fret of the G string, F sharp, E. So that 4 bars. Okay, the next 4 bars, you're going to play something like this. Again, C sharp, B, C sharp, B, C sharp, B, C go from 2 C sharps to E, second fret of the D string, to F natural. Then we've got F sharp, F sharp, B, B flat, A. So you've got 4th fret of the D string for the 2 F sharps, 4th fret of the G string for B, 3rd fret for B flat, 2nd fret for A, then you've got 2 F sharps, pause, another F sharp, C, E, C sharp, E, F sharp, C sharp. C sharp's the 4th fret of the A string again, E's the 2nd fret of the D string, F sharp's the 4th fret of the D string, back to C sharp at the 4th fret of the A string, and then the next 2 bars, which will be the last 2 bars, it's like a 10-bar pattern that's repeated twice. You've got F sharp, B, B flat, G sharp. F sharp's the 4th fret of the D string again, B's the 4th fret of the G string, B flat's the 3rd fret of the G string, G sharp's the 1st fret of the G string, and then you've got, and that note, really, those 4 notes, 4 quarter notes, 2 F sharps, low G sharp, and B, you can really hear them, and they really turn that 10-bar phrase round to the second 10 bars. 2 F sharps at the 4th fret of the D string, of course, then G sharp is the 4th fret of the E string, B at the 2nd fret. And then we're into the next 10 bars, which are kind of similar. Starts off C sharp with C sharp and B again. So that 4-bar phrase is very similar to the first 4-bar phrase. The only thing that's different is that run. So we're going from C sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp. And then the next few bars are different. So we've got a section where we've got an A chord. So we've got A, E, A, E. They're the 2nd frets of the G and D strings respectively, and then we're playing A, G sharp, E, D natural, C sharp. And then that figure's ended and there's a guitar riff to the guitar solo. So let's look at those last few bars again. So we had the sections on the A chord. Down to that C sharp at the 4th fret. Then you're playing, which is C, D and E, 3rd, 5th, 7th frets of the A string. That note you grab there is B at the 9th fret of the D string. And then you're going to play C, C, D, D, E, and then that E's held. Guitar riff comes in, we've got 4 bars, and then we've got an interesting fill, which I'm going to do really slowly, just with a metronome this time, because it's otherwise you won't pick it up, and then we're into the guitar solo. So let's go and look at that 4-bar fill that leads into the bass coming back in for the guitar solo. Okay, after the bridge, as I said, there's 4 bars of guitar riff, and then the bass comes in while things are starting to pick up before the guitar solo, with this interesting fill, mainly composed of D and E at the 7th and 9th frets of the G string. I'm going to play the fill with the metronome, but play it really slowly, metronome section 90, and then I'll talk through exactly how it's formed. 2, 3, 4. Then that E there is the downbeat of the guitar solo. So what you've got, the first bar, and notice there's lots of hammering. You could also slide in as well. I think hammering works better. So the first bar, what you've got is you've got a hammer on from D to E, E, that's the first beat, then you've got E, hammer on D to E, 2 E, hammer on is always done in the kind of they're 2/16th note, 2/16th notes hammered on together. So that's the first bar. The second bar, there's nothing on the first and beat, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So what you've got is you've got rest, hammer on from D to E, 2 half notes, sorry, 2 eighth notes of E, then you've got the hammer on D to E again, and then an E, and then an E, hammer on D to E. Third bar, which is 2 E's, hammer on D to E, E, another E, hammer on D to E, 2 more E's to close out the bar. So the third bar, and then the last bar, you've got the run down. So you've got hammer on from D to E, another E, second beat, 2 eighth notes E, then you've got the run down E, B, A, C. C there is the 10th fret of the A string, B and A, 9th and 7th frets. So the 4-bar pattern, I'm going to play it really slowly without the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. Solo proper. That's the feel. If you're playing this in a live context, the one thing I wouldn't worry over much about is getting this feel absolutely precisely note for note as per the original. Just about anything or any combination, even something simple like that, that's quite quite slow compared to the original tempo, will work. The main thing will be to be playing up here, and then to get those last 4 eighth notes, get that run down before you then hit the guitar solo and do the verse. Now, for the guitar solo, I quickly talk through the 2 bits that you need to know. The guitar solo is essentially played over the verse pattern, so just play the first 4 bars of the verse. The thing you need to note is the guitar solo is double the length, so you need to play, instead of playing 8 bars, you need to play 16 bars. And then, so what I would do is take the verse pattern we looked at, play the first 4 bars 3 times, and then play the second 4 bars, because that then leads to the pre-chorus chord progression, which is used in the guitar solo as well. There's a slight variation, a nice little riff in there. So I'm going to play that with a Sketch Band in a Box track, and then talk through that pre-chorus section. Okay, so these last few bars that you need to learn for the kind of the pre-chorus reprise in the guitar solo. And then you'll be down to there. So you've got C sharp, G sharp, C sharp, B, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, F sharp, D sharp, B. Then you'll be down to the open A string. Let's look at the note locations. C sharp's at the 4th fret of the A string, G sharp, 4th fret of the E string, 2 C sharps, 4th fret of the A string again, then you've got B at the 2nd fret, the A string, then you've got D sharp and F sharp, 1st and 4th frets of the D string, G sharp at the 1st fret of the G string, back to F sharp, D sharp, 4th and 1st frets of the D string, back to B at the 2nd fret of the A string. So, and then you've got this run, identical to how we played it before, except in a different location. This time we're playing A and the chromatic run up to C as the open A string, 1st, 2nd and 3rd frets of the A string. You hold that A, and then you can use that C on the last note to slide into the next note, which is E, which will bring the chorus back in, and then the chorus repeats. And if you listen to the original, you clearly hear how they end the tune with the stab. So you can put all those parts together and that will get you through the tune.